Jay. Decided to do another pick a card today. Uh, I wanted to do a love message. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, but what's coming next in love was what ended up being on my mind. So I've got a pick a card here for you with 3 piles. You can choose whatever one you want. Use your intuition. Take a deep belly breath before you start. Pick whichever one's calling to you. The message is going to be what's coming next in love. The messages tend to be kind of about like a person who's coming and a little bit of the things that you might be going through at the time. So go ahead and take your time. I'm going to insert a screenshot and let's get right into it. I've got 3 piles here. I got pile 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to take some time to pick one. Wiggy, 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 job. Someone likes 80s. I like pile 1 already. Let's do this. Damn, I don't know which crystal had which crystal. Which pile had which crystal. It's all good. Alright, if you chose pile 1, this is going to be your reading. We got the 10 of Cups here. I feel like this is my there's love all around you pile. Kiki found a lot of inspiration from the people around her, so pay attention to the folks that's around you. This rose quartz kind of looks like a heart. Isn't that dope? Okay, maybe it looks like a heart to me. It is what it is. Alright. What is pile 1 manifesting in love? What is pile 1 manifesting in love? We got King of Cups. King of Cups. Oh my gosh, he's perfect. King of Cups. 5 of Wands. He ain't that damn perfect. No, I'm just kidding. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. What is pile 1? I got all these cards flipping. I don't take flippers. Hit the table. What is pile 1 manifesting as far as love is concerned? I'm free falling. And 6 of Pentacles. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so for this pile, I heard the Free Falling song, obviously, but for this pile, you've been through a lot of things. I think recently you've let go of things in the past, but you have something that's coming towards you. And if you haven't already, you're being asked to release the things that were kind of holding you back. With the 6 of Pentacles, whatever the love it, whoever it is that's coming towards you has plenty of love to give, but you have to be willing to receive it. And with this Hangman, you've been kind of suspended, waiting for things to change in your surroundings, only to come to the realization that that's not how it works, honey. You have to work from the inside out. So with the 5 of Wands, you haven't really been fighting anybody other than yourself, basically. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause the camera really quick. Started to feel super uncomfortable. So, what I'm picking up is this love might actually make somebody feel uncomfortable. You're used to not being in a relationship where people reciprocate the love back to you. Whatever is being manifested to you, whether it's girl, boy, him, they, I don't know. Whatever you're manifesting, this person has plenty of love to give, and you have to be willing to accept it. I mean, if I tell you how nervous and uncomfortable I felt, like I had to stop the video. I was getting nervous, like shaking. It's a really positive thing, but when you come from a place of not being able to accept love, not having healthy love, being used to toxicity. It's really unnerving when something positive or something good comes your way, and that's what I was feeling. So if something like that does happen where you get nervous, you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to take a pause. I almost started the reading completely over because I felt like I really messed up, but no, I think I'm really picking up someone's energy. I feel much more calm now that I've accepted that that might not have been for me, but I got super, super nervous. And as I'm saying this, I see this alligator in the background. This feels like that shadowy ego part of you that's like, oh, this is too good to be true. You know, this person might hurt me again. And that's not necessarily the case. I mean, if you believe it so, then it could, but don't let that get you boggled like I just got, okay? I see this X marks the spot. You're very, very close to this coming towards you. I mean, this is something that you've really, really been working on. I feel like you've been working on yourself quite a bit, trying to remove things. I think you know, the things that you needed to work on, but it's hard. It's hard addressing those shadowy aspects of ourselves. I mean, we spend so much time hiding it. Why the hell would we want to unpack it and, let it loose and let it free? You have to re-feel those things again. But if you let them go, you make room for the things that you do want in your life. You don't have to feel suspended anymore. Feel like you're just dangling in the air and waiting for someone to throw you a lifeline. You're the one that's going to bring that lifeline into you. You have a lot of love to give as well. You just need to be willing to receive that love. It seems that maybe in the past you've given a lot of love, but because you weren't necessarily in the healthiest relationships, it wasn't given back to you. And I think you're working now and trying to make sure that you leave that. There's a possibility that you might remember those feelings when this love comes, but that's not a bad thing. It's just kind of reminding you of where you've been, and now you can see where you're going. You can write your own story. The past doesn't have to repeat itself. People say that a lot. History repeats itself. It only repeats itself when you haven't learned anything from it. If the next person that comes in happens to be a lesson for you, that's okay. The next person that comes in, you're going to learn. You're going to learn and you're going to be better. At least that's the hope, right? Life be hard. Life be hard. I'm going to pull another one of these. I feel like I should. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. It's funny, before I pulled this, I was going to say the feather was really calling to me. Like, this was something that was divinely guided, but I now 100% think that this is being brought to you. This is something that's being given to you, something that you're attracting. You're finally understanding what it means to attract as opposed to try to chase. It's very, very easy when you've gone through trauma to try to chase things that you know you deserve. You know that you've put in the effort, but it just doesn't work like that. You have to let the divine, you have to let God, whatever you call it, you have to let them do their thing. You're not in control of timing. You're not in control of how it happens. The only thing that you control is yourself, the things that you believe, excuse me, and the things that you know that you want. It's a good thing to know the things that you don't want. I think that's something that you've been learning as well. I dropped the card. I don't want to take it. I'm going to pick another one though. This is exciting. I don't feel as scared as I did at first. Oh my gosh, like my whole body, like when you're in middle school or high school or something and your crush walks in the room and you feel like utterly paralyzed. That's what I was feeling. It freaked me out. All right, what do we got? Belief. Just what I was saying. Make sure that you believe that this can actually happen. I've had times where I've been trying to manifest something and I'm almost certain that it's coming to me, and then it doesn't come. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because there's that little bit of me that doesn't believe that it's going to happen. Know that it's going to happen. If this is something that you want, then that's all you need to do. This is something I want. This is something I have. All timelines exist right now. You have a timeline where you manifest the love of your life and a timeline where you're dirt poor and ain't doing so hot. Whatever you believe for you is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Do you believe in love? That's my shit. I love Cher. Oh my gosh, wait, what does that song say? Do you believe in love after love? Is that how it goes? Did somebody hurt her too? Well, hurt up inside consciousness. So unpacking some of that stuff from your subconscious, bringing some of that to light, that's what's brought this in. This is not something that you're, oh shoot, I took the other card. This is not something that you're going to do, something that you have to do. This is something that you've been doing. You're already on this path. That's why this is being given to you. I think something too that I've done in the past, which just came to my mind, I feel like I have to be in the perfect position. The person has to, be in the perfect mindset for this to actually work, for it to be healthy, for it to, pan out the way that either you want it to or something that's actually beneficial to you. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Excuse me, for this group, you've done a lot of healing on your own, but the person that's coming in helps you elevate. Someone recently showed me a picture of like someone walking around a staircase, and they said that this is what it looks like when you're going through growth. So you've already gone up part of the staircase, and then the person that comes in helps you elevate even more. Helps you bring in more things that you want. Manifestations get easier. It helps a lot too when you actually can see it in the 3D. But keep feeling it. Keep understanding that the things that you want start inside of your mind. You got duality and regeneration. 2 sevens here, so you're on the right path. This makes me think of the Ace of Swords too, like that double-edged sword kind of thing. This is more of a healing aspect. There's been a lot of healing in this group. You got more coming to you too. You got the 1 and the 2. Yeah, I see partnership. I think both of you guys, both people, or, like I said, however you identify, both parties have done some kind of growth up until this point. But you guys are going to grow together, and that's okay. Like no one is perfect, but no one has to be in the perfect position to have a healthy relationship. You just have to be able to accept, your reality, honestly. Accepting what is and what could be. Regeneration, like I said, lets me know that you've been trying to push yourself out of those comfort zones. Sometimes we don't realize how toxic our comfort zones are. We go towards things that feel familiar to us and realize, I don't like any of these people around me. Get away from me now. Oh, I don't want to pull these. JK. I'm going to pull one of these alien cards. I think I'm in love again. Bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. What is that song? Prototype. I hate that song. I hate that song, so that must have been for y'all. That was too many cards coming out. You got manifestation, meditation. Visualizing is going to be helpful. Where your attention goes, what is it? Where your attention goes, your intentions grow. I'm pretty good at like daydreaming things into being. Think about it. Think about, how you want to feel. One of the meditations that I've been doing lately, I focus on the feelings that I want to have. If you can focus and hold those feelings without it actually being in front of you, manifesting it becomes a lot easier. You got solitude, independent, and peace. I feel like this relationship brings you a lot of peace, but you're in a safe place to be able to be yourself. I don't think that you're going to feel like you're in solitude or completely independent, but I don't think that you're going to lose your independence in this relationship either. I feel like that's something that's really important for this group. Some of you may have kids already. Maybe you've been alone because you've been raising your child or children by yourself. And this person's very accepting of that. I feel like they're going to be the perfect fit to the puzzle. You got this. Alpha draconian, corrupt, unethical. This is what you've been dealing with in the past. This is the energy that you've had to release so that you can know that this kind of love is possible. There are people that you can still trust. The belief needs to be in yourself, the ability to actually bring forth these kinds of relationships. With this hangman here, you've definitely been in suspension for a long time. I mean, some of you, it could have actually been years, but you've been going through a process of shedding skin. It makes me think of like how a snake sheds its skin when it's, what is it, wintertime? I don't know when it does it, but it sheds its skin when it's time for it to go. So that's what you've been doing. You've got this reptilian here too. You're shedding that skin so that you can bring this in. This is a very, very positive reading. I'm excited, even though I was scared as hell when I first started. You're beautiful. That's a Christian song. Phil Wickham. That's my jam. It's on the floor. It's at the door. Time to let go. You've been letting go. This is in the upright position too. So, keep releasing those things. In the book that I'm reading right now by Joe Dispenza. Oh God, what am I reading? I forget what it's called. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, something like that. And part of the meditation, he gives you the tip of when those thoughts come back up, like maybe belief that, this kind of love isn't possible. He says, change. I say divine change just so I know that, I'm asking the divine, I'm asking God to be a part of that because I know I can't do it by myself. When you have those negative thoughts or those thoughts that you can, or this is too good to be true, say change immediately. It works a lot better than you might think. Just say change. It takes time. You've been like this for a long time. It's going to take time to change it. And that's okay. Be gentle with yourself. The person that's coming in is super gentle with you, very understanding, extremely charismatic, kind-hearted. I don't think a pushover, but you feel safe with this person. It's on the floor again. It says slow and steady wins the race. For some of you, it might be kind of like we start off with a friendship first. I think it might not be that it starts off so slow or anything like that, or you guys are friends first. It might be that this person is willing to go at the pace that you're comfortable with. The person too has gone through their own, trauma and their own healing. So I think that they're very understanding of, if you need space, if you need time, or just if you're not ready to talk about something, they're very understanding. They give you time to come to them. They're not going to push, they're not going to pry, and they're going to be loyal to you. You're not going to have to wonder if this person is doing something behind your back. You're not going to have to worry about how people were in the past talking about your relationship or you or anything. Like what you tell this person stays between you and this person. I'm going to pull one more card. And I got messages. Message. Alright, it says I do not stand alone. I'm gonna say this wrong, but I'm gonna try. Like the ancient Kari trees of Wapua Forest, I grow in light of sisterhood. Makes me think about this card too. Maybe you have been alone for a long time. I feel like this relationship brings in more than just, a significant other. I think that other people are coming in with it. Maybe you've wanted to have more of a family, like a large family. Maybe you're not close to your family. If you're a single parent, maybe you just haven't had that part of your family, the person that you had your child with. And this brings about one probably having more children, but maybe that person has a child. Maybe you're close to their mother or their sister. I just don't think that this person's coming alone. They're coming with a tribe. They're coming with part of your soul tribe. This is something that was already in the books for you. Just trying to let go of the things that need to be let go of right now. I'm gonna pull one more. It's on the floor again. Maybe I need to stop throwing my cards on the floor. I express myself clearly. Don't be afraid to be authentically you. Don't be afraid to express yourself in the way that you need to. Don't be afraid to upset people. It's okay to upset people. It's how you respond afterwards. But it's very important that you be yourself. Some of you might not fully feel comfortable in your bodies. Don't worry about any of that. Just be yourself. I mean, how everything is so body positive now. No, ain't nobody thinking about that. How you look is perfectly fine. It's just changing how you feel about the way you look. This person is going to love every bit of you, so I would not worry about that. I got messages. I'm so nervous. I'm going to pull out a weird one. Let's see how it happens. I'm going to pull a message and then I was going to let you free. It's green. Phew. It says it's okay to not know. So, if you've watched 16 messages or tarot readings about what's coming next in love, stop it. It's okay to not know all the details. Even here, I didn't give you all the details of the situation, but this is, probably a soulmate or even a life partner. This is something that's pretty steady. This is something that's pretty solid. But don't keep looking up things about what's coming, and you're gonna end up messing with your own head. I've done that before, not with that specifically, but I was going through something and I kept looking up videos about, is this gonna end? Is this friendship good? Like, just don't do that to yourself. You're gonna go crazy. It's okay to not know all the details. The person's coming. Just trust that. Trust in the divine timing. Trust that God's got it. Once you say that this is what you've declared, I want this kind of love, I want this, or I don't want that, trust that it's coming, and that's enough. I'm gonna pull one more free. Dang, it's purple. What? I don't even know what that says. I'm gonna be my friend. What the heck is this? KK and the top. Listen to your heart, you will understand. My friend wrote this. Oh, you heard her. I'm going to leave it in there too. You're in the video now. She wrote it. What is the other stuff? That's what it is in the native language. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I learned something. Tap into the inner lover. I like that. Tap into yourself. I mean, touch yourself if you need to. I mean, it's on you. That's a good way to manifest right as you're climaxing. You can say what you want. Be you. Be free. All right, that's all I have for you, Pile 1. Thanks for hanging out with me for this long. I would say sorry for being weird, but if you're here, you're weird too. So thanks for stopping by. I'll be trying to post more soon, and I finally built a website. I will be offering private readings. Hopefully by this weekend, I'll publish it and let you guys know. But until then, I love you. Thanks. Enjoy. Let me know how this works out in the end. All right. Bye-bye. Alright, if you chose Pile 2, this is your reading. Just go ahead and Palo Santo, get the last energy, get the energy of the last group out. I can't spoke right. Although the last pile was pretty good. I'm going to pick a pile for myself. I hope I pick that one. It's not fair if I don't pick it first, huh? Because now I'm going to try. Alright, Pile 2. Pile 2. What we got for Pile 2? I had a card on the floor. Pile 2. I got Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. What's next in love for pile 2? Asking my spirit guides. What is next for pile 2? Tune me into pile 2. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. What's coming in for love for pile 2? Ooh, my word. That was a lot of cards. I am not taking all those. That was like 20 cards. Spirit's got a lot to say to you. I'm going to take that one. That was 2 cards, but I'm going to take them both. Let's see. Okay, so I was picking up that maybe this was an ex. I can't stand that. It could be. It could be. So, All right, so for this pile, I'm picking up that maybe you're already involved with somebody. Maybe some of you have begun dating someone you used to date, or maybe dating a friend. But I feel like that's gonna end soon. I feel like for this pile, what's coming next in love for you is maybe an ending to something, but kind of a rebirth at the same time with this Judgment card. So I feel like for this group, you're going to let go of whatever situationship you're going through right now. You're hanging out with friends, you're just doing your thing, not paying attention, having fun, living your best life, and boom, you meet somebody. Now for this group, it's not as clear cut as the first group. This group, you're more than likely going to start off as friends. Since you're kind of freshly out of a relationship, and some of you may already be out of this relationship, since it's kind of new, you want to take things slow, and this person's, even though they're ready to go in hot and heavy, they're willing to wait. They're willing to start off as friends first. They're not trying to push you into anything. Some of you may start dating a friend also. There's a lot of different energies for this one. So some of you may actually start seeing a friend, or maybe you find a friend attractive. I don't know, you're considering something. There's a lot of options for this pile, but what I want to say for this pile is, even if you have recently let go of something and you're hoping to kind of lift your spirits, whatever you're looking for is inside of you. If you have friends or a strong support system, lean on them. But as far as love is concerned, it doesn't seem like you're completely closed off to it, but I do think that there's a new beginning starting for you. You have this Lovers card, and that's a really good thing to see. You got the Lovers with this Judgment, so definitely big shifts in your energy. I get this really strong feeling that you've just really been through a lot. What's good is that you're not closed off to love. Sometimes when we go through things, it's easy to say, you know what, F love, I'm not gonna deal with this. I feel like love is all around you. A lot more of the love that you're looking towards is going to be friendship wise, which is a good thing. You've got people around you that care about you. I don't know if you're close to your parents, close to your siblings, or anything like that, but lean on whatever support that you do have for the breakup that you've either had or about to have. If someone broke up with you, fuck them. My bad for the language. What I like about this part in the Kiki's delivery service, her friend came to visit her, and this was around the time that she just was really feeling stuck. She kind of lost her mojo, and her friend came out of the blue. She ended up going back to the cabin with her and kind of finding some more inspiration. So, go out into nature if that's what you need to do. Go out and have a drink, go have dinner with your friend, go shopping, go to the mall. I don't like the mall, but some people do. So if that's your thing, do it. Do what makes you feel good. Be creative. Have fun. I feel like some of you like to garden. Go in your garden. Go ground yourself. Go dig in some dirt. But I do still feel like there is something coming towards you. You're just going to have to be able to open yourself up to it. Don't be afraid to start slow with people. Sometimes that's hard, especially when you're hurting. You want to kind of fill that hole with something, but you don't want to have like a rebound or anything. So if someone does come towards you and you guys like start off slow, start off as friends, let it be that. When I find myself in times of trouble, that is too many cards, but I'm gonna take them all. Let it be. All right, you're very close to achieving a goal. Expect powerful. Who am I? Powerful change and have faith in your dreams. Don't lose hope in love. If you gotta expect powerful change here, that means there's still things that are coming towards you as far as love is concerned. But sometimes I feel like this group, whoever I'm talking to, like this could be for a specific set of people, but you really felt like this person was your soulmate. You felt like you guys connected on a deeper level than you have with other people. I'm sad that I'm picking up the past energy, but that's what I'm picking up. I feel like you thought that they were your soulmate, and they were. Unfortunately, soulmates are not always meant to stay forever. They could have been a lesson for you. They could have, been there for a specific amount of time. That doesn't mean that it had to be necessarily negative. Some of you could have just amicably split and said, okay, like Dorothy and what's the rughead's name? Is that what Sophie used to call him? Rughead, his toupee. Stan. They tried again and it didn't really work out. Dorothy realized why she left him in the first place. Well, he kind of left her. He cheated, but she realized why it wasn't working and why this wasn't something that was, healthy or beneficial for her. And she did, in the end of the series, end up finding somebody else that was much more, beneficial for her. I forget what his name is, George. I don't know. He's the reason she left the show, but in any case, it took her a while. She went through a lot of different relationships. With this Knight of Wands, maybe you want to have a couple of one-night stands or a couple of little flings or something. But with this Ten of Pentacles and this Lovers here, there's something that's long-lasting for you. It's just right now you're getting through whatever it is that you just went through or whatever you're going through right now. You're very close to achieving your goal. I still feel like for some of you, someone is coming towards you soon. So, be willing to take it slow while you're releasing the things that you are releasing. It could be another soulmate, even someone that's not meant to be there for a long time. It could be something that's temporary, but that's okay. Sometimes we get into this mood or habit of thinking that, if we date somebody, it has to be long term. I personally date with the intention of, marriage, but sometimes you just want to do something for right now. Damn. I thought that was coming up, but I guess not. Whoa. Autonomy, free will, manifestation, Andromedans. I love this card. It's so pretty. I'm going to pull one more. This girl is on fire. You got passion, free will. I feel like I feel like this group is about to just have some fun. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be long term. With this Knight of Wands and this passion card right here. Got this free will, do your thing. Have fun. Don't worry about what other people think about it, As far as You know, maybe you want to manifest a different reality. Maybe you want something long term and you're not interested in something that's a fling or short term. That's okay. Whatever you went through, whatever you're going through, use that as kind of a guide map. You know now what you don't want, that's for certain. Sometimes when we think about the things that we don't want, we kind of understand the things that we do want a little bit better. Maybe the last relationship you were in, that person wasn't very open emotionally, and that's something that you look forward towards. Maybe that person wasn't expressing enough passion, enough romance for you. You know that that's something that you're looking for now. There's no such thing as a bad situation unless you didn't learn from it. If you didn't learn anything from it, then unfortunately you'll repeat it. And that's more of what would be a bad decision. Or it flew out. See, this is what I thought was coming out. Long distance movement, excitement. So for some of you, you could have been talking to somebody online. You could have been dating someone that was not close to you and it just didn't work out. This excitement. I feel like someone's like, F love. I'm gonna have fun. Or some of you might just be saying, forget love altogether. I would not do that. Like I said, have fun. If that's what some of you choose to do, go out there, date, explore, find the things that you do like, find the things that do work for you. Because I do still see, with this 10 of Pentacles, I keep bringing my eyes back to the 10 of Pentacles and this Lovers. There is something for you in the future. It's not as close as maybe pile one's was, but this is still on the cards for you. And things can change, obviously, if that's something that you decide you never want or whatever. There's still the opportunity for that. You have free will. You can manifest whatever you want. There's nothing that, like, some people will. I've had a reading in the past where this lady's like, what's her destiny? I don't know. I have no idea what someone's destiny would be. I feel like God could answer that, but there's really no one set destiny. You're meant to live. You're meant to grow. You're meant to explore. You're meant to make mistakes. You're meant to be in, different relationships with people. Sometimes those are crappy relationships. The lady I was talking to at AAA today told me she beat up her boyfriend's mom, and I'm like, I'm not sure why you're telling me this at AAA, but we make choices. We make decisions like that. It's okay. It's how we get up after that. Some of y'all about to have fun. Y'all nasty. Let's see what else we got here. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Transition. Now you're transitioning into a different understanding, a different consciousness. You got this moon here, so some of you guys might realize, or maybe you haven't realized, I hope you do, that there are some shadowy aspects that maybe you were dealing with during this relationship because of it. Maybe there were things that you hadn't addressed yet, and then they kind of manifested inside of your relationship, if that makes any sense. Courage. I feel like I said this already, or maybe I said it to someone else earlier, but don't be somewhere just because you don't want to be alone or anything like that. It's have the courage to walk away, have the courage to do something differently. I feel like somebody wanted to cut their ex. Maybe you just wanted to cut them off. I don't know. I saw this knife here and I heard I'll cut you into 10 slices of bitcheroni. I don't know. I'm weird. Where does that come from? I think that comes from one of the Adam Sandler movies. I want to say Mr. Deeds, but I don't think that's what it is. It's one of them their movies. Compassion. Have compassion with yourself. Yeah, have compassion with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. I've gone back. I have cancer. I have cancer in my Venus, so going back to exes has been a thing I've done many times. But there was something there for me to learn, something to learn about myself. It ain't easy. Gotta cut them off. Don't cut them, though. Please don't cut them. God is watching over you. God is with you. You got third eye chakra. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. What is that? Encanto? How do you see yourself? I don't mean how do you physically see yourself. How do you see yourself inside? I mean, you don't have to answer that here in the comment section or anything, but really think about how you see yourself. Sometimes we think that we're hiding things from the world, but we're not. People still pick it up. And I feel like sometimes that's why we attract the people that we attract. My uncle once told me that he could smell insecurity on a woman a mile away, and as irritated as I was about that statement, it's probably true. People can tell when you're insecure. You attract the same insecurity to you. That's okay. You know, use your intuition to make decisions. There's always that little voice. Sometimes when we've got a lot going on inside of us or even outside, we can't really hear that little voice, but make sure you pay attention to that voice. It'll tell you if this is right for you, if this is wrong for you. There's no right or wrong, I believe. It's the wrong deck. Pero you might want to check in with yourself sometimes. So sometimes your soul could be like, we ain't doing this again. All of you, time for a beginner's mind. We're gonna talk about Bruno. That's Bruno. All right, I'm done. Sorry. My daughter loves that movie. All right, time for a beginner's mind. Yeah, you're going back to the drawing board. You're gonna get out there in the dating world. Go date some people. Join a dating website. Slide into somebody's DM. Don't do that, please. I had people slide into my DM, and I thought it was kind of weird. They be thirsty people on Instagram. I'm just saying. I'm gonna pull you a little message. If it's weird, I'm sorry. I blame my friend. She wrote them. All of you. Don't be afraid to start over. Half truths are also half lies. I keep pulling her messages. Okay, it says half truths are also half lies. So my friend wrote this, and I'm sure that she had something in mind. What I ended up hearing was maybe sometimes you focus on, okay, this person does this well. This person makes me smile. This person makes me happy. But they're not really making you happy. They're also draining the hell out of you. They're also bothering. You know, pay attention to both sides. There's two sides of the sword. Sometimes it's double-edged, whatever. You know, there's light and dark in people. I was talking to somebody recently, and they were talking about the things they didn't like about their boyfriend. I won't mention their names because they'll get mad at me, but they were talking about all these things and how horrible they are, and I'm like, well, God, just leave them then. But I love them. I mean, do you? You just talked really horribly about him. But she said something that I thought was kind of cute. She's like, well, yeah, he gets on my nerves, but I still love all those parts of him, you know. Sometimes there are negative things in this. I mean, everybody has negative traits, but, you know, you still love that person. It's something that you can work with, something you can compromise with. Sometimes we're not fully paying attention to our intuition. We're not listening to ourselves, and we know good and heck well we're done with this, but we're trying to hold on because there's still a little bit of good. There's a little bit of good in everybody. Don't be Belle. Don't let somebody beat you. Okay, he didn't beat her. He wasn't nice to her. The beast was not nice, and there might be a little good in everybody, but you don't have to get dragged to wait for it, okay? He threw her. I'm just saying. I don't like that movie. Damn, am I gonna pick any of mine? You cannot measure how much you are loved. That's cute. My friend's precious. You can't measure how much you're loved. But make sure the next relationship you're in, there is a sense of reciprocity. It can't be 50-50 all the time. This is true. But don't let it be 20-80, 90% of the time. That person can meet you where you are, and you should be able to meet them where they are. It's okay to grow with people, but you can't change people, and you cannot heal anybody but yourself. You can't fix anybody. You can't bring healing to people. They can only heal themselves. I'm going to pick one more. Dang! It says, oh, she would. Tried and true may be tried, but it's not true. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you, all right? Don't be falling into no bush. I'm trying not to curse, but I can't help it because I'll be wanting to curse. Oops, I pulled out two. I forgot to pull one of these. It says, I submit to my purpose. I focus on growth. Right now you're healing. Like I said, I do feel for some of you that there's possibly friendship. It could be male, female. I don't know what you are attracted to. And that could lead to something more. I also told you I think in the future, I do see something more stable coming for you. But right now, as far as your love life is concerned, I see you more dibbling and dabbling and seeing what you like and what you don't like. I think whatever you just left or whatever you are leaving has been very beneficial for the fact that it's taught you something about yourself and what you might be seeking in a relationship. It might even be things that you need to release within yourself, but I don't think that this was for you, but it was something that you needed to go through. And this person was still a soulmate, so you didn't make a wrong decision. This was something that was written for you to go through. That might be hard to hear because it wasn't exactly the most comfortable relationship, but it was something that you needed. This served a purpose. So hopefully you're not pissed off at me. I don't feel like this is a negative reading necessarily. I do see some of you guys having a lot of fun. If you don't have any plans to do any of those fun things that I was talking about, make plans to do it. Even if you're just doing stuff with your friends, if you're doing stuff with your family, go out and have fun. Learn, grow from whatever happened. If you're working on anything, project-wise, work-wise, submit yourself to that. The more that you live authentically, the more that you submit to your purpose, you'll find those people that are meant to be in your life. Don't force it. I don't feel like that's what you're trying to do, but you are in a transition period, so take as much time as you need. Be gentle on yourself. Eat snacks, watch movies. Go out, have fun, have your little one-night stands. Go get booed up with someone for the night and kick them to this curb. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. All right, but that's all I have for you for Pile 2. Thank you for joining in. Like I told Pile 1, I am going to be publishing my website hopefully at the end of this week, and I'll be offering personal readings. So stay tuned for that. But until then, I love you, and I will see you soon. All right, Pile 3. Oh, wow, I got a song for you immediately. Whose world is this? The world is yours. Let's see what you got. Hi, kitty cat. Rosa. All right, let's see. What do we got for Pile 3? What's coming for Pile 3 in love? What's the love? What is the love? 4 of Wands. What's coming for Pile? What did I say? Pile 3? Is this Pile 3? Is this Pile 3? That's too many cards. I ain't taking all of them. Don't take cards in reverse. Whose world is this? The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? Woo! I like this pile. Last pile was a bit. It wasn't bad, like I said. It was heavy. Heavy. That's too many cards. I'll take one more. They're all flipping over. I can't see. Why is there so many cards coming out at once? Thank you. I to me. All right, this pile's dope. Okay, let's start off with that. So, this pile, you've been focused on work. You've been focused on living the best life that you can. But I feel like this pile, maybe you guys are creatives. I don't know, maybe you're entrepreneurs. Just you do something that maybe is not typical, but you've been doing pretty well at it, or maybe you're getting it off the ground. It's, you've been putting in a lot of effort towards your work, and I think that that's what brings this in. So maybe you're out and maybe you're a social media influencer or something, and you're recording yourself, and then some cutie walks up to you and is like, hey, what you doing? They're trying to get in on your video or something, and you find out they're a social media influencer or something. But I think of all the piles, this pile 100% already knows how to attract something. You're not out looking, trying to sit there and sip your latte all cute or anything like that. Like, you're just living your life. You're just doing you. I feel like you've had a lot of time to kind of understand who you are as a person. I think you may have had to take a couple of L's in the recent past. You've had to kind of sit yourself down and really go with it. I think you really did that successfully, and you found what works for you. A lot of your attention goes into your career. It's not that you don't have free time or that you're overworking yourself. I just feel like that's where a lot of your focus is. I feel like a lot of you do things that are creative. Maybe you have podcasts, or I don't know, maybe you speak for a living. You could be a communications teacher, but I think whatever you do, it might not necessarily be a normal job. Maybe you do have a normal job and then you do something creative on the side. Whatever the case may be, I feel like when you're in your element, that's when this is going to happen. So for this pile, you're bringing in a divine counterpart. This is not, it's overwhelming. I'm trying to collect myself here. I don't feel like this is something that can be forced anyways. I feel like things are kind of having to line up for you. So that's why, because you're so tapped in, you understand. This could be my spiritual pile too. Because you're tapped into yourself, you're tapped into the divine God, goddess, whatever you call it. Because you understand that, that's what's able to make things align the way that they are. Like, you're getting ready for a breakthrough. I feel like you're going to get a breakthrough in career and love. Just throwing that out there, even though I know this is a love reading. But because of your efforts in working on yourself, putting your energy into something creative, actually putting yourself into something that you love. You're not just working a 9-to-5. You could still have a 9-to-5. But that's not all that you're doing. You're doing things that you're passionate about. You're doing things that you love, and that's what brings this counterpart in. Your counterpart is doing the same thing too. I'm going to throw this out there for some of you. Don't be alarmed if this person wants to be physical a little bit quickly. I feel like they recognize you as a divine counterpart, so they're kind of all in immediately, which can be kind of scary. It makes me think of, I forget what it's called. Like when you meet somebody that's not necessarily that helpful. I think it's love bombing or something like that. That's not what's happening. I don't even feel like that would be something that would cross your mind necessarily. But they kind of got the hots for you too. They like you, as more than just a physical being that they can, smash and dash or anything like that. It's not that. You guys both recognize each other. I don't think this is an ex or somebody that you've been connected to in the past. If you have, it was a past life. This is something that was meant to happen. This is something it's pretty intense, but like the first pile, it was really intense, but it made me feel kind of shaky. This one feels solid and grounded. It doesn't feel scary at all. Like, I was freaked out when I started the first reading. My whole heart just felt like it was going to explode. This one, I feel the nervousness, but I feel comfortable. You feel comfortable being yourself with this love. Like, I feel like when you're with this person, you feel like the world is yours. I feel like you guys build something together and it feels easy. It flows naturally. Like, you feel like this is finally it. I finally, made it to that point that I knew I could make it to. You've been through a lot, though. That's easy to say in a reading. Everybody's been through something, right? It doesn't matter if you're the richest person in the world. Everyone's been through something. You've had to walk, the path alone before, feeling like you didn't have anybody. It doesn't mean that you necessarily were alone, but, since you're creative, you could be on a spiritual path. Everyone's not going to necessarily see eye to eye or understand where you're coming from, but whoever this is coming into your life does. They bring a lot of calm into your life. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't even know if I want to sage myself after this reading. I feel so damn good. I am, though. But I feel like you're whole within yourself. You're both whole within yourselves, but you bring about this peace to one another. It's like I keep hearing like I finally made it. Mama, I made it. I made it, Mama. Eee, fertility. You got fertility and with this Empress. Y'all gonna have some cheering. This is a pretty steady bond. This is your life partner, twin flame, whatever. I don't really necessarily identify with that whole twin flame thing. It feels kind of toxic to me. I usually say life partner, and I don't use soulmate or life partner interchangeably because a lot of times soulmates are temporary. You got fertility. This is a very abundant relationship. I feel like this pile, you're probably going to create abundance together. Like I said, you guys could both be social media influencers. You both could just be in the same field. Maybe you both practice law, and that's something that you're able to grow and build together. Maybe you guys both have a 9-to-5 and they also do something creative and you end up creating a business from it. But it's a very abundant relationship in totality. Happiness. I love this pile. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. The happiness that you've been able to generate within yourself is what's brought this about, and you guys just add to one another. Oh my gosh. I just heard Genie in a Bottle. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to do it. Shut up. Cutting that out. No, I'm kidding. This person is awesome. You're awesome. Man, all the stuff that you've been through, like, I feel like you know this. Like, this is my confident group. Like, you know everything that you've been through. You've learned from it. You've grown from it. You've healed from it. And it's not to say that you're perfect or anything like that. It's, we're works in progress. But I think you understand that this is my spiritual group right here. These are my spirit folks. And when I say spiritual, you don't have to be into anything new age. You could be a faithful Christian, Muslim. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Get down to me. That's too many cards. Y'all spirit guys talk too much. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm scared. I don't want them to get me. No, I'm just kidding. You got Enigma, Elusive. Ooh, I like this card. Oh my gosh. There's too many cards. I feel like both of you guys are sensitive to energies. You just really mirror one another. I feel like this is the kind of relationship where like you don't say anything. You kind of look at each other and you kind of get what the other person is saying. It might be odd to other people, but you get it. How funny it came out again anyways. Strength, courage, and bravery. Strength, courage, and wisdom. I heard a lot of different things for this one. But your strength and your courage, That's what's brought you to the point that you're at right now. Continue to be strong and be brave, even if, you do feel like it could be too good to be true or anything like that. Have the strength and courage to still move forward. My daughter was watching PBS or something the other day. I think it was Don Quixote. And one of the animals asked her how she was so brave. And he had assumed that she wasn't scared. But she said, I am scared actually. But what makes me brave is that I still try. So even when you're nervous or you're scared, still try. Still push forward. Sometimes the most scariest things can be the most beautifulest things. I'm gonna fly. What do we have? Communication. I really do feel like you both do something with communication. Maybe you make podcasts or something. Maybe you are trying to have a career in like voiceover or something like that. But I feel like both of you engage in something that has to do with speaking to people. Maybe you both want to be public speakers. Maybe you become public speakers. Oh, that would be so awesome. There's this, I don't remember what his name is, something white. There's this speaker that I used to listen to when I was in college. Him and his wife used to travel around the world and talk about love and talk about their love for God and how that's what keeps their relationship going. Like, I got that image. Beautiful couple. And I love that they didn't pretend to be perfect. Like, sometimes we see people on social media and stuff, and these relationships, and oh my God, they're like so perfect. I'm gonna be just like them when I grow up. Yeah, no, you're not, because they have problems too. We all have problems. And this couple that I'm thinking of, they talk about that. We have problems, but what makes our relationship work is that how we respond to those things. How do we address one another when we have problems with each other? Like, they have that calm vibe that I'm feeling right now. Like, this is easy. This flows. It just works. It works. Change. This is change. This is different than anything that you've experienced before. And it's because of the strength and the courage and the bravery that you've had, the downtime that you've had, the acceptance of where you are, both sides of the coin, that sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen, and it's, quote unquote, good and bad. They have to happen. That's what brings about this change. That's what brings about this growth. But you're able to generate happiness from within yourself now, and that's what's bringing this love to you. Did I pull one of these? I did. Love. L is for the way you look at me. This personal issue reaches resolution. And what we quote here, bring love into the situation. A personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like like I said, you guys communicate well with one another as well. Even though I think that this communication has to do with something that you guys do, I think you communicate well with one another. So your relationship will not be without problem, but if there is a problem, don't ever feel uncomfortable letting them know. Just, you can say things in a loving way. I'm not saying, you gotta be tactful, like it's okay to feel how you feel, but I feel like in this relationship, it's easy for you to just say, man, I really didn't like when you said this. I really didn't like how this situation unfolded. I'm uncomfortable with X, Y, and Z, and the person is going to hear you. This is very different than the relationship you've been in the past. And it feels good. And I'm feeling good. Bam. I work best through love. There's so much love in this relationship, and I mean love across the board. Like, this is somebody you can just sit down and watch Netflix with and have long, deep conversations about absolutely nothing for hours. It says I direct my own story. You do direct your own story. That's what's happening. You've manifested this. This is something that you brought in. Not by wanting, not by pushing, not by overexerting yourself, but by believing yourself, working through love with yourself. You work through whatever you've been through with compassion, and you've been able to redirect your story in the way that you want to. I'm going to pick messages. I'm looking for good ones. Oh, one flew out. It says it's okay to not know. Oh, I pulled that one for pile 1. This one kind of reminds me about pile 1. Just the energy was different. This, like, I feel super relaxed and super calm. The first one was very... Oh my gosh, he walked in the room. Did you see him? He smiled at me. Oh my god, he loves me. I joke, I kid. It says love is all around you. And love comes when you least expect it. Dang, I didn't pull any of the fun ones for any of these readings. I'm sad. I pulled all of my ones. But even though you're writing your own story, you may not know all of the details right now. I gave you, a few things, but there's a couple of surprises that Spirit has in there for you. But, you have a lot of messages about love here. There's love all around you, and the more that you tap into that, the more that you tap into that frequency, the more love comes to you. But with this love comes when you least expect it. That's what lets me know when you're doing your thing. You could be out just literally at Starbucks having a coffee, and boom, it happens. This is going to come when you least expect it. You might even be in your sweat. Isn't it true? Does this happen to y'all? You get hit on the most when you look a hot mess when you're running errands or something, and all of a sudden someone's talking to you. I know you see I look a mess, but obviously that doesn't matter. Energy attracts energy. But this is going to happen when you least expect it. So I want to say thank you for clicking on my video. That's all I have for you. Pile 3, it's been really good doing your reading. I feel very calm and relaxed and soothed. But I told the other 2 piles I'm going to be publishing my website hopefully this weekend. And I'm going to start offering personal readings if you'd like to get a personal reading with me. I'm going to do a few more collective readings also. So stay tuned for that. I want to say thank you for clicking my video. Thank you for spending some time with me. And I love you. Thank you.